one day I met this guy, a man. He shaves. He's got grease under his fingernails. And his tongue tastes like smoke and pepperoni when he kisses me. The first time we kiss, he puts his hand on my breast. And for the next 2 days, I imagine it over and over again. I can't hear any voices around me at home or at school. The hand on his breast is the only sound I hear. We do this for a couple of weeks. Meet in his car, his hand on my breast, his thing pressed up against my leg. I love you, he says. I love you too, I say. So much. Come on. Come on, he says. Not yet, I say. But one night at the cemetery, I say okay. And that's the night he touches me. Next night, we go driving. Get burgers. Pick up a friend of the man's. Drive around some more. Park the car. Pass around a bottle. You've got sexy legs, they tell her. I like this. You've got great tits, they tell me. I like this too. I feel so pretty, I could burst. So I brag. I brag that I like sex so much that I can't get enough of it. They laugh. They like the sex talk and stuff. Then the man says, and he points down there, I've got something you can try on. And the friend of the man says, yeah, I've got something you can suck on. Maybe Ugly Girl doesn't like this. Maybe I just want to go home. But now they're calling me a cock tease and saying things like their balls are gonna go blue. And maybe now they're pulling at me, tugging me. They're pulling off my top, and they're pushing down my jeans, and they're pulling me out of the car. And the man goes inside me, and the friend of the man goes in my mouth. And I'm lying there on the grass. And I can hear the two men say that ugly girls will always do it because they're desperate for attention. Well, I see her across the bar, coming at me with this look, you know? And everyone kind of just steps aside for her, like the Red Sea or whatever. It just clears a path for her. I'm like, what's with this nut job? I've never seen her before. I'm just sitting there with Rima, and suddenly this lady is in my face. And she's all sweaty and yelling and really pissed. And I don't even know why at this point. It has something to do with her boyfriend, who's apparently at the end of the bar. I don't even know who she's talking about. So she's all in my face. And her breath is boozy. But worse, you know? Like there's something rancid stuck to the roof of her mouth. Like rotting peanut butter or something. And at the time, I didn't know who she was talking about because I didn't know he was there. But I figured it out later. This must be Augie's girlfriend. So she's all, fuck you, you bitch, fuck you. Sorry. If you be, and all that. Just going on like a maniac. And people are starting to look at us. Sometimes I start to feel self-conscious, you know? Like, my personal space. And she's going off, and I can't really get around her to escape or whatever. Because the place is so crowded, and she's a big lady. Real hefty, like more chins than a Chinese phone book. So I can get around to her to escape or whatever. I'm starting to feel self-conscious, you know? Like my personal space and my dignity or whatever. So I just made a fist, hauled off, and boom. I hit her. Crazy, right? I mean,
Yeah.
she went down. But I couldn't get around her to escape, and she was acting like a retard. But you know what they don't tell you? On TV? It hurts. Like to punch someone? Frickin' hurts. Yeah, on TV they're all like, oh, that ought to teach him. For me, it was like, motherfucker. That kid, look at my knuckles. What? Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
What, I was justified in what I did.
Never. Yeah. Violence begets violence.
Yeah, it won't happen again, okay?